Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell, this is going to be my haul for the VIB Rouge sale that just happened. I'm hoping to post this the morning of the last day if I can get it up in time and I don't have any issues with uploading. So when you're watching this, there should be like at least one full day left in the sale. So if you haven't had a chance to go yet, or you're just looking for some more ideas and you want to make another trip, then hopefully you should still have some time. But as you can tell, I did some serious damage this time around. I have 3 large bags, so I'm kind of ashamed. I did get a decent amount of stuff. I feel like it looks like even more though because I got a lot of kind of like larger sets and things like that. And I did actually end up getting a good amount of the stuff in my recommendations and wish list kind of video, but I did get a lot of other stuff too that I didn't talk about there. So even if you saw that video, hopefully this won't be too repetitive. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start off with the bag number 1. I'm not doing this in any kind of particular order. Everything is just kind of thrown in here. So the very first thing that I did end up picking up was the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca Remix palette. I really debated on this because I have a lot of eyeshadow and a lot of palettes, and I was like, do I really need this? But then I realized that if I don't get it and it sells out, I'm going to regret not picking it up. Now, I'm sure you guys have all seen this by now and everyone has done a ton of reviews and it's been all over Instagram, but this is what it looks like. It is a very large palette and the shadows actually slide out here, so it's meant to look like a record. I haven't heard anyone kind of mention that, but it's meant to be like a record sleeve. So you pull them out and this is what it looks like. It has this beautiful kind of color wheel look with all these bright shadows on the outside and then a wheel of neutral shadows in the center as well. So you really get everything with this palette. Like, kudos to Kat Von D because they created an incredible holiday palette this year. You can really do like anything with this palette and it really gives you everything you need to create a beautiful colorful eye because you get all those amazing matte transition colors and highlights and a black as well as all of these beautiful colorful shades. So I'm like dying over this. I am so excited to play with it. Then in this bag I have my only other eyeshadow palette purchase, and it is the Makeup Forever Artist Shadows 1. I can't remember the actual name of this, but it is the nude version of their Artist Shadow palettes. This palette is really heavy. Like, it feels really like weighty and like high end, which I wasn't really expecting for some reason. But this is what it looks like, and then inside you get 9 very neutral kind of shades for their artist shadows. I used this today for my eyes and they're beautiful, but holy crap, there was a ton of fallout from these shadows. That was the one downside to it. And the also other kind of downside to this palette is there's no matte shades. They're all like the iridescent and metallic and satin kind of finishes from the Artist Shadow range. So it's definitely a palette that I'm going to have to reach for something else like my Tartelette to get my solid matte shades from it, but it's really beautiful. These shadows are like such incredible quality. Next up in here, I have kind of a boring item. It is just the Shiseido facial cotton. I actually worked for Shiseido. I've never mentioned that on my channel, but I worked for them for like 4 months and it was like the worst 4 months of my life. It was like the worst job ever. But yeah, fun fact about me, there's like this whole thing behind them with like how amazing and high quality and like beautifully handcrafted they are that I could go into since I worked for the brand, but I'm not going to. They're just really nice and really soft and they don't like fall apart when you're using them. Next, I just picked up a new Anastasia Brow Wiz. I got the shade Chocolate this time. I usually use Caramel, but since my hair isn't quite as red, I just decided to switch to Chocolate now, which is still like the warm toned dark brown, but it's not as red as Auburn. So that was just something that I needed to repurchase. And then I picked up a cleanser, which I mentioned in my recommendations video. And this is from the brand Too Cool for School. This is a new Korean line that is new to Sephora. And this is their Egg Mousse Soap Facial Cleanser. Now, this is so incredibly interesting. I've already used it once. And I wanted to try this because a big thing I see in like Korean skincare lines is egg products because they're supposed to be really good for like blackheads and congestion, I believe. It was extremely interesting. They say you need to use like the size of an egg when you use it. It is like a thick mousse kind of. And it honestly feels like you're massaging like meringue into your face. It's so weird. When I was using it, I was like, there's no way my skin is going to feel clean after this, but it actually ended up feeling really nice after. It is very perfumey though, so I'm kind of concerned about that, but that's just kind of my initial take on the product. And the last item in this bag is kind of funny. I was meaning to pick up a new full size of the Smashbox primer water because you guys know I love that stuff and I've been out for a while, so I was like waiting for the sale to repurchase it, and I got in line and I realized I didn't have it, and the lineup was seriously so long. There was like 50 people in the lineup and I was already like a few people in, so I was like, okay, I'm not going to get out of line to go get it. So I ended up getting like the little mini Beauty on the Fly size that they have in the checkout area, which I know is so dumb because because the full size is obviously like a way better value, but I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just get the little baby size for now. Moving on to bag number 2. This bag just has a few really big sets in it. And the first one is this Sephora Favorites Extend Your Style set. Now, I thought this was so cool. It is a set that is all dry shampoos, which was kind of a gamble for me, to be honest, because I'm extremely picky with dry shampoos. But there's a few in here that I already know I like, so I was like, I'll give it a shot. I like always having a little travel size bottle of dry shampoo in my purse, so I thought this would be perfect for that. And I also thought this would be fun to do like a quick review on at some point once I've tried all of them, and just do a video kind of sharing my thoughts on all of them really quickly. Yeah, I thought this was a really cool set for the holidays. And then a couple kind of like skincare, body care sets I got. The first one is from Caudalie. Now, Caudalie is a really, really great line for skincare sets. They're a really great value and a really great kind of bang for your buck, because what they do in their sets, they always have like one full-size item at least. And basically you pay for the main item in this, and then you get the other items for free. The set I got is the Moisture Essentials set. It comes with the Source Moisturizing Sorbet Moisturizer. Sorry, this is like probably blinding you guys. But it's a moisturizer. The Source line I've tried before and I love it. It's meant for sensitive, dehydrated skin, so it's like right up my alley. And I love this moisturizer for nighttime and also under makeup. It wears beautifully. Then you also get their cleansing water, which I believe they've reformulated it, because I used to hate the other one. Like, it really did nothing. And I tried this yesterday and it worked a lot better. It's still not amazing, but it was considerably better, so I was happy to find that out. And then this also just comes with their lip conditioner. And like I said, you get the cleansing water and the lip balm for free. And then I also ended up getting this L'Occitane set, which I was very excited to see in stores because I didn't think my Sephora was going to carry it. And you just get the almond shower oil and then also the almond milk veil body lotion in here. I've mentioned this a number of times before, but it's my favorite thing in the world to shave my legs with. And then I tried the lotion. It's also really nice too. It has the same kind of lovely almond scent, so this is going to be perfect for winter. And I think this would be a really nice one to gift this Christmas as well, because it's a really nice, like, luxurious pampering kind of set. It's really nice. So moving on to my third and final bag, the first couple things in here are just 2 more of my Sephora collection rose eye masks. I pretty much always just pick up a couple more of these every time I go into Sephora now, just so I can have like a little stockpile of them, because they've just become like an essential in my routine. I use them a couple times a week. I used one of them today, like a different one that I already had before, and I love them. Then I got this BeautyBlender set that I was talking about, another item that I was really surprised that my Sephora had in store. And you get the regular Beauty Blender, the Pro Beauty Blender, the Micro Mini, which these are honestly kind of useless, but the set's a really good value. I already have one of these Micro Mini ones, and I really only use it when I'm too lazy to wash my regular Beauty Blender. And then you also get this really interesting new product called the Reactivate Spray. I thought this was going to be like a setting mist, but it's actually like, it's meant to like hydrate your Beauty Blender on the go, so I guess if you can't soak it in water, you can use this, which to be honest is really gimmicky and I would never buy it like on its own, but I mean, I'll try it since it's in here. And by the way, this is $50 Canadian. A regular Beauty Blender here in Canada is $28 on its own, so really great value to get everything in these sets. Then I caved and I finally picked up the Champagne Pop highlighter from Becca that's by Jaclyn Hill. I kept telling myself I didn't need this highlighter for the longest time. I was like, I'm not gonna buy it. Like, I have Moonstone and Opal. I also have like Cindy Luminizer. I was like, I really don't need this highlighter. But then at some point I just decided like, okay, I'm just gonna get it. I'm just gonna like round out my collection of Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors. I am sure you guys have all seen this a million times by now, but that's what it looks like. It is just a peachy golden highlight, and I do have it on today. I'm kind of in love with it. I don't know how much my lighting is going to do it justice right now, but it is beautiful and I'm glad I got it. And I was going to get the trio. They have like a little holiday palette for this Christmas that has this, and then it also has Blushed Copper and another one called Pearl, which is just like a white highlight. And I looked at that first, but like the packaging on it just felt kind of like cheap and flimsy, and I already own Blushed Copper and I'm never going to like get through the full size, and then the Pearl one was just kind of like nothing special, so I just got this instead. I also bought another highlight, and yes, I did have a moment when I was like holding my Sephora basket where I was like, I'm getting 2 kind of similar highlights, and I'm not ashamed to say that I need them both. But this is the Laura Mercier Matte Baked Radiance Highlight 01 whatever. I've talked about this like a million times because it's my go-to everyday highlight. So I just repurchased the full size because I finally ran out of that little deluxe sample. And I've mentioned this 1,000 times, but it's just the perfect stunning everyday kind of highlight. And you get a lot of product in this. Like, it's kind of like a little like dome shape, so this is gonna last forever. Then my last couple items in here are also from Makeup Forever. I ended up getting the Makeup Forever Artist Plexi-Gloss kit that I had my eyes on. I really like the holiday packaging this year. Like you open it up and you get these 4 artist Plexi-Glosses in this really cute little makeup bag that has their logo embossed on it, but it's just like orange and like super like shiny and glittery, and I love it. It's really good quality too. But then inside you get 4 full sizes of the Plexi-Glosses, which I haven't tried at all before. Like I haven't even swatched them or felt the texture of it, so this set was kind of a risk, but I've really been wanting to try them. Most of them are just kind of like a cream finish. It looks like they don't really have a ton of shimmer except for one. You get kind of like a nice standard hot pink, a kind of corally red. This one is the one that's kind of shimmery and it's just kind of like a really nice light peach, and then you also get kind of like a lighter beigey nude. So they're all fairly wearable colors, and I'm actually going to try one of them for the first time right now, so let me find a mirror. I'm going to try this kind of like creamy beigey kind of nude since I am wearing a nude lip. I'm wearing Clinique Beige Pop as always. They have a really interesting little applicator. The mirror on this is kind of dirty. I just grabbed the first kind of compact that I had. It's nice. It's not very sticky at all, which I always prefer. It is quite pigmented. Like it's kind of, it's not like super different from the lip gloss or the lipstick I already had on, so you probably can't tell a huge difference, but it was really like pigmented and opaque when I was applying it, and they don't seem to have a scent at all too, which is fine. And then the final thing that I actually purchased before we get into like the sample bag and like point perks and things like that was also from Makeup Forever, and it is one of their primers. I got the little travel size, and I know I'm like super late to the game when it comes to these, but I haven't tried any of them. Makeup Forever's complexion products tend to be really hit or miss for me. Sometimes they can kind of irritate my skin, and these do have fragrance added to them, which when they came out I was like, why couldn't they have just kept these unscented, because I do have really sensitive skin. But I've been like dying to try these, and honestly every time I'm at Sephora when I'm in the checkout I look at this and I debate getting it. So I just decided to finally cave and do it. I just got number 1, which is the Mattifying Primer. I tried it yesterday for the first time, and I don't really know how I feel about it. My skin seems to still get very oily, but I'm going to continue trying it and see what I think. So on to the little freebies and point perks. The first thing was that they just gave away a little like Sephora tote bag like they usually do. It's pretty cute. I actually like having these because they do come in handy. And then they did give me a little sample bag, which I didn't know they were doing, and I don't think every Sephora did this. And I think it's the same bag that they had for the last event. It's like this little fold over clutch. But to be honest, the sample bag isn't that great. Like there's only 4 things in it. Came with the Amazing Grace by Philosophy, and then also the Renewed Hope in a Jar by Philosophy, which I hate this fragrance first of all. And this I'm kind of like, meh, whatever. And then the other 2 things I actually am kind of excited about. It came with a really good size of the new Laneige Water Sleeping Mask, and then also the Clinique Acne Solutions BB Cream. Now, I'm not typically a fan of the Clinique Acne Solutions line, but Makeup by Tiffany D like raves about this, so I'm actually excited to try it. And it's once again a really good size. That was the sample bag. And then for point perks, I just got a little 100 point perk of my First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. And then I also was really excited to see this. It's a little 250 point perk of the Tory Burch fragrance. Look at the bottle. It's so cute and tiny, but yeah, this is my favorite fragrance. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that by now. But yeah, that wraps up my Sephora VIB Rouge haul for fall 2015. The VIB sale, not for VIB Rouge, but just for the VIB members, is coming up next week. I believe it was the 13th to the 16th. I'm kind of bummed that they made them like really short this year. Like they were only like 4 days, which I don't know, I just thought was weird. I was definitely hoping it would be longer because honestly, like I would probably end up buying a lot more stuff if it was longer because I would keep going back. But by the time you're watching this, it's already the last day, and that's kind of lame in my opinion, but whatever. I'm really happy with everything I got. Comment down below and let me know if you picked anything up or if you're VIB, if you're planning on getting anything next week when your guys' sale is on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you love Sephora hauls, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye guys!